What's going on, family? What's going down? Happy Thursday. Happy Friday, Junior. I'm super excited because for those of you who don't know, I've been working with an organization that builds gardens in every school. So I've been teaching gardening for the past 8 or 9 months. It's been amazing. But now I get to put my practice to the real test when it comes to yoga teaching. So I'm super excited. This is not going to be anything crazy. I hope you've warmed up already. I took about 10 minutes to warm up. So if you want to do that right now, you can pause this video. Go ahead and warm up first. We're going to be starting in a seated position. So you can start in easy meditation mode, or you can start with your feet in front of you. I like to start with my feet in front of me. You're gonna make sure that your spine is as straight as possible, that you feel as comfortable as possible. Yoga is all about doing what you can. It's not about exerting yourself too much, but it is always about improvement. So you'll be able to see how your body adjusts when you come to yoga class, and it's very exciting. All right, so again, we're gonna start in seated, spine straight, back and shoulders down. So nothing like this, no hunches. We're gonna let's start with some shoulder circles so that we know the best position for our shoulder blades. So we're gonna do some forward circles, some backward circles. Make sure you're breathing deeply as you're doing this. Deep inhales and deep exhales is the key towards good yoga. It is all about breath and body connection. All right, so once you get in a downward position, I want you to strengthen your core. Start with the top of your abdomen and then your lower abdomen, but your whole entire core is engaged. If you need to lift your legs because it's not comfortable on the flat ground, do that. All right, we're gonna inhale and swoop up over our heads. Let's go. Inhale. Look up if you need to. And exhale down into a seated forward fold. Good job, you guys. Take a couple more breaths here. And I always like to tell my classmates that when you're in a position and it's super uncomfortable, like your muscles are tight or whatever, I like to do increased repetitions with my breath, like inhale, exhales, just because it seems to help get the tension and the energy out a lot better. And then if you're having problems, like your body is adjusting to caving in, make sure that your heart chakra stays open. Shoulder blades are supposed to stay open. So if you feel yourself getting here, like I do sometimes, just steady open up with your heart chakra. Make sure you're open. Let's do that one more time. Inhale over your head. Look up if you need to. And exhale into the forward fold. Touch your toes and grab your toes if you can. Couple more breaths here. Great job. On your next inhale, you're going to inhale your legs into a butterfly pose. So as you can see, I'm in the butterfly pose. Bring your feet as close as you can. You're going to get a lot better at this with continuous practice, but your hips are going to slowly start to open up more and more and more, and it's actually lovely. Again, keep that chest forward, shoulder blades down, and inhale. Exhale whenever you're ready. Let's make that 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Great job. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Great job. Now, every time I inhale and exhale, just a little tip. I always make sure I'm either breathing through the crown of my head, right? So bringing in breath through my crown, exhaling through my root chakra. So anything, sometimes I even bring up from my root chakra just to like gather all the energy and then release it down back into my root chakra. So just a little tip. Again, if you are in alignment with chakras and the chakra philosophy, they are energy centers, 7 major points in your body, crown chakra being the last point and root chakra being the first point. I like to breathe down from here, exhale here, or inhale here, but also exhale through here. And the reason why we exhale down is that that's a form of release. Breathing out through your crown chakra is also going to be a form of release, but when it comes to releasing, I love giving it back to the earth because she's always giving in return. So I'm always wanting to give out my burdens or my excess to the earth. She will take it with gratitude, with no complaints. Okay. So again, this is easy pose or similar to a butterfly or easy pose. We're just going to take a few breaths here. Now that we got our body moving just a tiny bit, or our energy, we're going to set our intention. And I love to set an intention throughout every class. I think I'm going to pick up where I left off on, and my last class, it got interrupted by the kids, but I'm going to pick up on freedom and security. Security is coming up a lot, and that is tending to the root chakra. So it's amazing how sometimes your intentions fall in alignment with what you need and what your body and your energy needs for the day. But I will go ahead and set my intention. Go ahead and do the same with your inhales and your exhales, maybe about 3 to 4 rounds, okay? Inhale deeply, starting now. And exhale. Make sure that intention is being risen from your body somewhere. Maybe you can sense the place where it's rising. I feel like here in my throat chakra is where freedom and security are rising for me. And exhale. Inhale one more time very deeply. Setting your intention one more time. And exhale. Great job. Now let's take it to some cat-cows. Cat-cows are some of my favorites because they really get your spine fluid. I love just having a fluid and flexible spine, body in general, just because it makes you feel like you can take on the world, like you can take on these crazy waves, and it's going to be important for us to do that. Okay, so you can start in the traditional cat-cow position, which is a tabletop position. You can tuck your toes for some good grounding if you need it. Untuck it if you feel pretty grounded. I'm going to take the tuck just because I feel like that's what's needed. You can lift up into cow for your inhales, and then duck down into cat for your exhales. Okay, I hope I'm getting that right, you guys, but you know what I mean. Switch it around if I'm getting cat and cow mixed up, but I think of this as cat because cat like that. I think so. I'm pretty sure this is cat. This is cat. You can do the up and down movements. Me in particular, I like to swoop in a circle this way and this way. So it's gonna look something like this. And please remember to inhale and exhale whenever you need it. I like to inhale counterclockwise. Is that how my body is moving? Well, inhale clockwise, exhale counterclockwise. Great job. Make sure that spine is really fluid. Feel into your spine. Your spine will tell you where to go. That's mostly what's going to be the structure of my yoga classes. It's literally to follow your body and learn intuitive movements. That's how I got introduced to yoga, and that's what I'm going to introduce to you guys. So after you're done with your cat and cow exhales and inhales, make sure to go back and forth with your body, making sure all the knots are out. I got a lot of knots in my lower, or I just have a lot of tension in my lower back and then knots in my shoulders. So if you need to do some shoulder circles here to get those knots out, make sure that you lean to one side or twist to one side or the other if you need some relief in your lower back, okay? So from here, we could do a downward dog chaturanga. That is literally the word that I forgot last time, and I remembered it as soon as I stopped recording. But yes, you can do your downward dog chaturanga, or I like to do something different. I feel like, okay, let's see where our body is going. And sometimes the next pose doesn't really come until we're done moving energy from this space. Okay, let's go into child's pose. Ready? Untuck the toes, move back or your pelvis back, and just rest on the ground for as long as you need to. This is a release in your hip and your joints. I like to open up if I'm ready to receive, or put my hands down for grounding. But just stay here as long as you need to. You can put your third eye chakra to the ground if you need to as well for some insight. And just breathe. Great job. Now on your next inhale, we're going to rise back up. We're going to pivot our right leg. I'm going to start with my right leg. You're going to pivot your right leg forward through your hands. This is going to sound crazy, but it doesn't look that crazy, okay? You're going to lift your leg through your front hands. You're going to try to lift up from your back leg, and this is a forward lunge. I love this pose because it makes you feel so strong when you're able to get into it right. But from forward lunge, you can either come up here to your forward fold. Even after your downward dog chaturanga, you can go into forward fold, or we can lift up and go to warrior two. And that's probably what I'm going to do right now. So if your back leg is already lifted, awesome. You're going to turn the back leg to a horizontal angle. I like to sweep with my non-dominant hand and then hold on my dominant hand. So this is my right hand. I'm going to hold. Sometimes you need to push back or forward depending. Swoop and exhale. That's going to be all on your inhale. So I know I took a long time describing it, but you can go straight into your pose. I like to push forward from here and reverse warrior on my inhale. And then on your next exhale, we can lean on our front leg and then raise up. I forgot what this one's called, but it's a type of lunge. I love this. Maybe it's like an open twist. From here, if you're challenged, you can go into flamingo, which is holding your leg up like this. Or we can swoop back down into our lunge and then do a twist on the other side. Just pick whatever you need to. Take about 3 breaths here. Maybe reset your intention or refocus. Sometimes when you're in a pose for so long, you need to be reminded. All right, so we can come down on that lunge, bring it to, or untuck your toe. Keep it forward though, and let's raise our arms for a forward lunge this way. On your next inhale, breathe here. You got this. You got this. Okay? Let's Come back down. You can stretch out for, I forgot, this is a forward split. Breathe in and breathe out. If you really need to exert a lot of energy, I suggest big inhales with big exhales. Okay, in your forward split, we're gonna come back to lunge. We're gonna plank it so that we can switch legs, okay? Lift, back, forward. Whatever leg that you had forward, come back, and then whatever leg you had back, come forward. We're gonna do the same thing. You can either go into your downward dog from here, or a one-legged downward dog this way, or we're gonna keep our leg forward. We're gonna twist our back leg to horizontal, swoop back for our warrior two. And that should be an inhale. If you're on an exhale, that's okay. Hold here and maybe set your intention like really, really strong and powerfully. Ground your feet. Ask Mother Nature to hold you as you are fighting any type of battles, your inner battles, your outer battles. You got this. Ready? Okay, let's come forward into reverse warrior. I love this. It's like so elegant. It's like, yes. Okay. Now again, you can come down to your front leg, twist up. I'm gonna look up at this pose with you guys. All right. Again, we can come back if you're waiting. If you need a challenge, come back. Take one of your arms behind you over your thigh. Take your other hand underneath your thigh. Try to grab your arms and then lift your leg. That is flamingo. And the other one is going to be to swoop back down, lift your other arm for a twist. Okay? Forward lunge twist. And just pause, breathe. All right. On your next inhale, come down into another forward lunge. We can come down, untuck the toes. And then we're gonna lift up for forward lunge on the other side. Hold it, you got this. Shoulder blades down so that it makes it easier. And please activate that core. Great job. Now come back down. We're gonna plank it, and then this is an official chaturanga, so if you did one already, you can do it again, or you can use something else. We're going to lift up our back leg, pull back our lunge. Hold it. Come down into cobra pose, and then upward dog. And then you can go back into child pose, or you can take it up for downward dog. And I'm gonna do downward dog. So if you didn't do child's pose already, you can do child's pose. Do whatever you want though. Do whatever your body calls you to do. All right. Take a few breaths in your downward dog. Hold it for as long as you can. You have to push your shoulder blades into their sockets and make sure you're kind of holding yourself up with your lower body. Your core and your glutes-ish are activated, or your hamstrings are activated. Just squeeze them thighs, squeeze that abdomen. You got this. Whenever you're ready, step forward into the middle of your mat, both feet hanging down for a standing forward bend. Touch your toes if you can, touch the mat. And then you're gonna come up for a half forward bend. Great job. We can come back down, swoop all the way up, look up, exhale. You can do another forward fold in your exhale if you need to too. Go ahead and exhale into forward fold and back up for halfway up and lift again if you need it. Exhale down. And then let's come back to our mat. You can go in easy pose or the legs in front of you. I'm gonna go in easy. Let's come back to our intention. Take up as many breaths as you need to here. Keep that core engaged, by the way, up until the last moments of class. Let's keep that core engaged. All right, and then let's remember our intention. We're gonna put our hands at our heart center. If you want to, hands at your core. If you need some grounding or you need some reassurance, you need some confidence, you need some strength, I always say don't hold your abdomen. Heart chakra is just like self-protection. Protect your inner child, protect your dreams, your vision. Hold on to yourself and set your intention as long as you need to. See, after that, I needed the repetition. Great job. You can kind of come into a child pose-ish with your legs in the easy pose. Just come out right in front of you, get that excess energy out through your crown, and just let all that energy wash over you into the ground. Inhale super deeply. And let's exhale. Great job. Let's try that one more time. Inhale. Gather up all the energy. And release. This is also balancing our parasympathetic nervous system. This is nervous system work. There is so much devastation going on in the world. We need to know how to manage our nervous system, okay? Yoga is super, super helpful with that. Super grounding, the breath and the body movement, literally medicine, okay? So we'll be back very soon with another class. But for now, let us hit our Shavasana. If you don't know what Shavasana is, that is literally just laying on the ground. You can lay all the way flat, or you can lift your legs if you tend to snore or fall asleep, which is fine. Completely fine. That means your body's relaxed. That means you've regulated. That's great. So we're gonna lay back, inhale deeply, and exhale, release. Thank yourself for showing up to class today. Thank yourself for raising your standards and just setting those intentions. Even if your intention is just to get by, you got this. Take about, this is not a full Shavasana, this is probably gonna be around 1 or 2 minutes. Go ahead and take it. All right, we're gonna squeeze together. I like to squeeze together to set my intention or put that energy within me. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And if you had your legs up, you're gonna put them flat. Okay, ready? And go. You can turn to one side or another in a fetal position if you need to set your intention that way. Awesome. Thank you so much, friends, for joining me. You can rise up whenever you need to. Keep laying down if you need that. But this is the closing of our class. I will end with an ashe and a thank you. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself and showing up to my class. I appreciate you. And replay this whenever you need a little warm up, a little stretch, a little quickie, and I'll see you next time.